What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the YaBoyRocklee show, and today we're gonna cover the top 12 anime that I have reacted to this season. Yep. And guys, this time we're not gonna complicate things. This is how we're gonna choose it, okay? First of all, we're gonna choose what I enjoyed the most, what anime I revisited the most, what anime I thought about long after watching an episode, and I'm including how you guys interacted with me in the comment section or as a community. Yes, it matters, because just like you guys who watch these reactions and come to listen to my opinion, it matters to find a place of belonging. Like when I experience something great or not great, a community around it, how is it to interact with? Because that impacts whether or not I want to be more a part of that community, just like it is with the K-drama content that we cover. So, with no further ado, we are jumping right into it. The very first anime, so we're going from my least favorite to my favorite, okay? Here we go. The least favorite is Konosuba Explosion to Another World. Now, before we start, what's going on, guys? They gotta be ranked. And first of all, to even be on this list of all the shows that was debuting, you have actually made an accomplishment. You've actually accomplished something just being on the list. But I have to choose. The reason why Megami lost some steam for me, after we left the Crimson Demons, and I'm going to try to speak as vaguely as possible, but guys, if you're not watching this season's shows, you might get spoiled, but I won't give away major plot points, okay? Anyways, after we were no longer with the Crimson Demons, a lot of joy got taken from me. Because the Crimson Demons have a vast character dynamic. They're I can't even speak. They're interesting. They're all outside the box, and they're crazy. And they removed that vast pool of rich joy and comedy to get us just to focus on Yunyun and Megami. And Yunyun is not that funny, in my opinion, even though she is the best girl in Konosuba after watching the season. But she's not that funny. She's a regular girl. Megami is funny, but just by herself, it was kind of like, oh, okay. It lost the charm, in my opinion, once they just focus on those two characters. But I get it. It is about them. It is about the relationship. And it was about Megami's journey to becoming an adventurer before linking up with Kaz and Aqua. I get it. Definitely not hating on it. But that was just it. You know, it was like, oh, okay. It didn't leave me thinking about it each episode. It wasn't something like, well, did you see what happened here? You want to discuss it. It just happened, and you move on. So, I am sorry, but that is number 12 for me. Moving on forward, we got Death Mount Dead Play, right? It's good. It's good. I actually, let me fix this background. Okay, I'm back. So, I got Dead Mount Death Play. That is number 11 for me. Now, here's the thing about this show. I think the world building and the storyline of what they're trying to do or about to do, it's fairly good, fairly detailed. I actually have zero complaints with the story. It actually, even when it ended, has me wanting to know more. It has me really softly thinking about this show. But the reason why it's not getting a higher place for me is because from an emotional point of view, it absolutely does nothing. I feel nothing other than I laugh, you know, at some of the antics, let's just say, of Solitaire. But I don't feel like anyone's in danger. I don't feel any stakes in the show. I'm not angry at anybody. I'm not overly excited about anybody. I'm not cringing at anybody. I'm talking about I am feeling nothing. I am feeling like this corpse god is feeling. Maybe that's the intention, but as a series, it's not pulling on my adrenaline in any capacity. It's just good information that keeps you wanting to know more. But if you don't get more, you're like, oh, okay. So I am looking forward to October. I am looking forward to how they left off with this series and what to expect. But that's why it doesn't have a higher ranking. You got to make me feel something. You got to. And right now it has not. I hope you guys can handle some of these honest opinions. Um, I can gas up every show on earth, but then I'm not being authentic with you as you guys are suggesting things. And I don't know. I just want to be honest with you guys without dumping on shows. That being said, I gave that show my all when it came to paying attention and keeping an open mind, and I will continue to do that. I did the same thing with Megami Explosion from Another World. I don't just watch these shows and just start hating on them. I keep an open mind. So if you can appreciate that, so be it. And if you're like, oh, Rockley, because he doesn't like my favorite show, or he doesn't have a higher regard for my favorite show, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be an authentic person. Next, Dr. Stone. I lost track of my numbers. Hold on. Where are we? We are at number 10. Dr. Stone, there's absolutely nothing wrong with Dr. Stone. Now we're entering the part of the ranking where things just start getting tight. Dr. Stone has a unique premise. It's not like any other shonen. Ryuzu, I butcher his name, is a phenomenal character. He's even impacted my life. Sometimes when my wife asks me, why do I want something? Why am I doing something? My answer to her is, I'm the greediest man alive. I love this man's saying. I love the fact that they try to do something different. They use science and, they have an interesting premise trying to figure out how these people got petrified. I guess the thing is, it's just in the ranking of shows, there's just things I'm just more interested in seeing. Okay? And that's all there is to it. Dr. Stone is a good show. I am glad we watch it. And that's all there is to it. Things have just got competitive in this reaction. And that's the bottom line. Because YaBoyRocklee says so. Next up. That was funny, right? All right. So, next, we got Demon Slayer. Oh, come on. Come on. All right, guys, this is a tough one. It's one of the most popular animes that we record. Demon Slayer has fantastic animation. The characters are, for the most part, good. Like, they're interesting characters. The thing about Demon Slayer that misses for me, and maybe it's just my own fault, sometimes I'm like, yo, what the heck are y'all talking about? And then when I make my guesses or hypotheses, the community spoils it, so you really have a hard time interacting. And they treat you like, how the F did you think of that? It's like, how did you not think of that? I don't remember everything from season 1. I am sorry, right? If they had a season like last season, if I was doing this last year, with Daki, where's baby girl? Right there she is, right? I would have definitely ranked it higher. But the villains of this season, they just were not interesting, guys. They were just not interesting. The hating ass dude, he was. But I thought they were going to make him like a really big boss focus point. And technically he was, because of him holding off our other baby girl. Who's our other baby girl? Mitsuri. I show this because if I buy figures for things, just because something's not higher ranked, it doesn't mean I don't like it. So there are characters who I'm invested in the show. Like I said, things are just competitive. But anyways, the villains are not very dynamic. We got into this hating ass dude, and he just really didn't move the story. So I guess it's the coward dude who was supposed to move the story for the most part. We got a bunch of flashbacks, and I don't know. There was an emotional element or an excitement element looking how these villains are gonna body these people that was missing. And that flashy dude, even that flashy dude, as much as I even like Mitsuri, I bought her figures, right? We didn't really get an impact from her until until the final close of the series, of the season. And no, it wasn't too long. It's only 11, 12, it was only 13 episodes. So it's good. It's good, but without a captivating villain, in my opinion, it didn't do as great for me. That being said, though, it ended fantastically. And I enjoyed the revelation with Muzan. I won't spoil it. I enjoyed that revelation. And I am looking forward to future seasons. So I want to say this was a good season. This was good. Again, it's competitive. And somebody has to be first. And we can't all be first. This country is ruining people because they think everyone gets a trophy. And we don't all get a trophy. You got to be first place. Otherwise, good luck next time. So, Demon Slayer is actually like good. As we move up this list, we are moving into good, 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 better, better, great. My love story with Yamada-kun. Ooh, I ranked it over Demon Slayer. Why? What's happening with this kind of show is it really gave me more emotional fulfillment. I liked watching the point of view of a girl trying to get this boy, her struggling. I liked seeing how cute she was. And the reason why this is crazy is it doesn't have the action of Demon Slayer, but I just felt fulfilled watching it. I enjoyed myself. There was never a moment where I'm getting a flashback or something like that, and I was like, why are we getting this? See, for what this is, a romance rom-com, every episode did its job and it was executed perfectly. And there's never anything in the show where I was like, oh, they could have did this better, or I wanted to see more of that. They handled it flawlessly. That being said, is it cliche? Absolutely. Does Lee have a problem with cliche? Absolutely not. In fact, Lee loves cliche. At the same time, I also do enjoy twists, but I'm just saying, I saw a comment that was hating on Yamada, this anime, and because it was cliche, and me and director were really talking about it, and it's like, why is cliche bad? Life is cliche. History repeats itself, right? So there's nothing wrong with predictable elements, right? It's just, can you do it in a way that's enjoyable? And can you keep us captivating your story? And they did that. And they also had amazing choices with their animation. It was not top tier animation like Demon Slayer. No, it was not, right? But they just had subtle choices that just kept you interested. And you're like, yo, why did they do that? Why are they showing us the sync? But at the same time, the sync makes sense. I really have a hard time explaining it, but the point is, my love story with Yamada-kun. I'm sorry about that background sound. Anyways, I enjoyed it, and that is getting my 8th ranking. At this point in the story, if you guys want further explanations on anything, like a particular series, I can do that. But, you know, I'm just trying to keep it quick and under 15 minutes, and I think I'm going to go over that. Next, we got Hell's Paradise, okay? Hell's Paradise started off phenomenal. What started happening with Hell's Paradise is I kind of felt like we got stuck in the same place, and they just kept killing off characters. We are getting some information about the Tencent, which got me really excited, but the fact that they keep killing off people, come on, man. One of the things that I enjoy about a story is getting attached to somebody and seeing where we go with them in this story. And Hell's Paradise doesn't allow that to happen. As soon as you find someone, as soon as you like someone dead, wow, that person's, yo, I finally understand he's not just a regular oh, dead, never mind. I really started to understand him, but he's gone now. So now I have to wait till you introduce someone else for me to get attached to them. And what do? You wipe them away. I don't like that. I don't like being introduced to so many characters that die. A lot of people die. Now, the first time a lot of people died, I thought that was good because, like, oh, there's stakes in there. Remember, I was talking about Dead Mount Death Play, whatever I said. Anyways, there's no stakes in that. There's hella stakes in Hell's Paradise, but people die so much that the shock of them being dead is no longer even a big deal. It's like, yeah, of course you died. What else is new, right? No, guys, stop it. It's the truth. It's the truth, and you know it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, next up. Mashle. I got nothing wrong with Mashle. Actually, I do. That's why it's not number 1, right? Mashle is fantastic. It's a fast-paced story. They have very, very interesting characters who are all unique, and I enjoy the gimmicks of Mashle. The gimmicks that they keep giving each of these people, both the protagonists and the antagonists. The con of Mashle is that it's actually so fast-paced that you don't have time to really marinate in how dope a character was before being introduced to somebody else and you just forgot them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you guys watch JoJo Stardust, but I've been affected by a stan that I can only remember so much things at a time. It's about 5 things. So as soon as I get something else, I forget the 5th thing. Like, I can't hold it all. So anyways, I need more time with these characters, and by the time you bond with them, they're just gone. It's like Hell's Paradise, except they're alive. It's a different kind of problem. This is higher ranked because at least they're with us, and I expect more seasons, so they're being kept alive, so potentially we can see their development or utilization in the future. So it is a fantastic series. I do wish we had less characters and more time to be attached to the fewer characters that are there. But by doing so, they would have lost their pro, which was being a fast-paced story. So sometimes you just gotta deal with it. You know, you got a V8 car, a V8 Charger. That thing's gonna use up a lot of gas, right? But it's quick. It's quick, but it's burning off gas. So you can say, well, fix the gas problem. But now, guess what? You lost your speed. And now the very reason why you wanted a V8 in the first place is gone. So sometimes you get, they're just needed. The pro of being fast-paced, you know, comes with the con. They just go together. It takes superior writing to get this fast pace and let you bond with the characters. I don't want to do a comparison, but Black Clover does that. Black Clover is just a little bit slower than Mashle, in my opinion. And as a result, you bond with these characters. But this is only 11 episodes, and Black Clover I saw 170. So that's what I say right now. But nah, I think at the time, 11 episodes, this was more gas in the 11 episodes than Black Clover was. It was. I take back my comparison. They're doing a fine job. It's just that, again, it's so fast-paced. I don't know what to do with these characters, but I said they can be utilized later in the future, right? So let's just get this over with and keep going. Anyways, I'm sorry I talked so long. We're going to keep it moving. Heavenly Delusion. What is that? Number 5? I think Heavenly Delusion was also a fantastic series. Very fantastic. We're getting less to cons now. We're getting just more and more competitive. Really, the thing that Heavenly Delusion did that left a sour taste in my mouth is the way they ended. Like, there's a lot of mystery, but I didn't get hit with that big thing where I'm like, oh, this is what happened. It's like, oh, this is what happened. Also, I can't keep up with all the mysteries and Easter eggs that this show is dropping. So it's actually a me problem. Hold on. I got it. It's not a you, it's a me problem. Yeah, because very cheesy, very corny. I'm trying. The writer didn't do anything wrong. It's not the writer's fault that I can't keep up. But the problem is, if I'm not able to keep up because I'm missing some of the clues or the breadcrumbs of tying this together, then I'm not able to realize how great this writing was, or how great this mystery was, and how great the revelations were that was right in front of me, but I was not able to pick up on it. So really, all it was a little bit over my head, so I lack the appreciation for it. I don't have the palate to fully enjoy it as a person who was able to absorb all the details. That being said, I recognize what they're trying to do, and that's why it's number 5 and not number 12, like Konosuba. This is a good show, and I am looking forward to the following season. Anyways, next. Oshinoko, we are at number 4. There's nothing wrong with Oshinoko. I'm gonna stop saying blasphemy at this point in this video. There's nothing wrong with it. All there is there can only be one. So all I can do is explain to you why the other ones I ranked higher than Oshinoko. But Oshinoko has all the right elements. There's mystery, very likable characters. We have an MC who's smart. I hate dumbass characters. I did not always agree with Aqua's decisions. Not always. Sometimes I found he was a jerk and I wanted to argue with him. But at least he is reasonable, and at least he's intelligent, and at least there's always a fundamentally good reason for his actions. Ruby, extremely likable girl. Kana, extremely likable, even though she was bratty, I really liked her. Akane, also really like her. We're now being set up for toxicity. It ended with a season finale that sets up the following season, and it gets you to be super happy, super excited. They did everything right. It just happens to be a very competitive environment, and that's all there is to it. Next, Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is at number 3. Again, Vinland Saga, believe it or not, I don't think they did everything right. They did not. But I'm still giving it number 3. I'm going to tell you what they didn't do, even though it beat Oshinoko. They have the benefit of a season 1. That is what is protecting Vinland Saga and keeps it at my number 3 spot. Without that season 1, I would not have ranked it so high, and that's kind of unfair, but hear me out. I think Vinland Saga, I would have wanted to see more action from Vinland Saga, but I also understand that we're not always going to get that, and I can appreciate what they're doing with Thorfinn, turning this a peak warrior at the top of his class into a peaceful Jesus turn the other cheek 100 times. I can appreciate that. And in fact, that is a good story, despite what I want. And I can tolerate it because I saw season 1. I saw how dope he was when it came to fighting. I still see that he still got it. So to see a different perspective to it and where they're going with it is quite amazing. Now, that being said, in season 3, I hope I see some more fighting, right? Because of what we just saw in season 2. Get back to it, in my opinion, right? But again, I'm willing to tolerate it. I like the themes. I like the message. They got this guy to make me feel that it was cool, that it was gangster to say I have no enemies, you know, and to not want to fight people because you don't have to. He was spitting some common sense stuff that's not so common. Like, why would I fight somebody when I plan to negotiate peace? That doesn't make any sense. That's dumb. Now you have to fight them. That's not how the real world works. But I still appreciate the writing and the message that was given. We got introduced to Kunu again, not introduced. I even got a crown after the fact. And yo, it was just fire. It was just fire. But again, it has the benefit of a season 1. Oshinoko does not. And that was an epic factor for me because it's capitalizing on development that's already there. So that's my thoughts on that one. It's kind of BS, but it is what it is. It was not a perfect season. Farming, Kettle doing all this stuff, but I was thinking about it. I was learning, and I was always intrigued. I was always engaged, even without all the fighting. And when we did get fighting, it was S tier. When we did get action, it was fan-freaking-tastic. So there's that. Enjoy the moments that you get. We are at number 2. Dangers in My Heart. This was good. This was a treat. Okay. Dangers in My Heart did everything right. It did everything right. It's not even fair who took number 1 spot. It's not even fair. Let me tell you everything that Dangers in My Heart did right. They have 0 cons. They gave us a character, the main character, I forgot his name, I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually really never picked up on his name. That's sad. It's incredibly sad, but it is what it is. It's like Ichikawa, you know, it's something like that. It's hard for me to say. Anyways, I didn't like him at first. Like this hating ass, murdering ass kid, especially what goes on in this country. I was like, yo, I don't like this kid. But then you find out that he don't really mean that. He just talking shit, man. An incredibly loving guy. And he's trying to mask his feelings with murder and mayhem. But he's not about that life. He is a good human being. And you see him being pushed towards this girl, this giant, just forcing herself into his life, opening him up, making him accept that he even had the chance of being with her. It was just enjoyable every episode to watch. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. Let's all face it. Let's not deny reality. There's something attractive about the idea of a woman who is just larger than you, not fat, not obese. I'm sorry those terms might bother people. I'm just trying to keep it 100% with you without sugarcoating stuff. There is something attractive about that Amazon woman just dominating you. And if you are too manly to admit that because you have to be at the top of the food chain, an apex predator or whatever, then that's your thing. I don't got a problem with it. I like dominating, and I like to be dominated. I like a mix. I like a variety. So I can like a petite girl here. I can like a thick girl here. I can like a She-Hulk, because that's what she kind of is to me. She's kind of like a She-Hulk for him. So vicariously, that's kind of dope in the real life if I can encounter a 7-foot woman, right, that just wanted to pick me up and just smash my head in her things, right? There's something to be said about it. So I appreciate watching this young college student Watching this college student experience this with her, it's like, yo, that was my son. Like, good for you, bro. Good for you. The visuals of the show is absolutely stunning. Watching this professor interact with this college student, you know, very good writing. So we're gonna move forward to the last place. Cause I am sorry, a 25-minute video. I really tried to keep it short. The GOAT. One Piece. That's why I said it wasn't fair. That's why I said it was not fair. I almost didn't put One Piece on it, but again, that was because I was overthinking. One Piece is just the #1. The Wano arc is fantastic. The con of One Piece is last season it didn't make it, so I keep it fair. The con is there's too much freaking characters that you don't care about right now. There's too much. But we finally got to a point where you're getting more exposure to some of your better characters, some of the characters that you do care about. These fights are memorable. I'm a massive Big Mom fan, so I enjoy watching her fight. Ooh, I'm kind of mixed up because we binged. So I'm like, where the heck did this season start? But because I can't count 10:15, but to me it was just yesterday when me and Urza watched 10:15. But anyways, I bought a Yamato. Oh, I can't pick her. I'm gonna do it and just. She's actually very hard to put away. Look at my Yamato figure. Fire, man. This is fire. I already put a lot into it. Got introduced to a dope character. If you pay attention to the group reaction channel, you'll see that our custom Rocklee is a Rocklee Yamato icon, right? We merged the two concepts together because I really liked Yamato saying that I'm Odin. I like the whole gimmick that Yamato did. Anyways, it's just fantastic. But again, it's kind of unfair because it has so much episodes to build upon, right? But since I have Vinland Saga that has a season 1 and Demon Slayer that has a season 1, it would be unfair to disqualify shows. But yes, it has so much episodes that it builds on that it's like, of course, this is #1. So we will see what happens next month when Bleach returns. We will see. But right now, One Piece, you got it. You are #1 this spring. But we're going to have some dopeness coming up in the next couple episodes. I know it. Bleach is going to be out. One Piece is going to be out at the same time. Oh man. If only Boruto was out. Woo! And that's it, guys. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If there's a particular series that you want me to expand upon, I will do that. It is 25 minutes. I'm active on Instagram. I'm active on Twitter. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. But I was like, if I don't do this, when will I? Right? So I'm out, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, it's YaBoyRocklee. And I'm out this mug.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for subscribing to this channel. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, please go ahead and do so. The link is in the description of this video, and I actually tweet back. Much love, YaBoyRocklee.